All right, let's see what she had to say first.
Have you ever noticed some men have this magnetic pole like they don't even have to try? So that's the energy of a man who's mastered his focus and is actively building the life he wants. It's not about confidence, it's about purpose. So when a man is clear in his goals, when he takes real actions to achieve them, it creates an undeniable energy that becomes really attractive. Biologically, women are drawn to men who exude stability and direction. So it's not about perfection, it's about following your dreams and take real actions to achieve them.
All right, so now let's dive deeper into it. Let's begin.
The principle that I'm going to teach you today is based on science. It has been shown to increase free throw shooting, to increase putting when it comes to golf, to increase any athletic performance. And it's something that is actually used in Buddhism, and above all is used in manifesting your goals. And it comes down to how focusing your eye on one point and not moving it has literally been shown to improve free throw shooting and to improve any type of athletic performance that requires accuracy and coordination. And then above all, this is even linked to people who have become enlightened, to people who know how to manifest, and to people who are even happy. So watch this video. I know that at the end of the video, you're gonna find encouragement in applying this method when it comes to your daily practice of affirmation and trying to achieve your goals. Because this actually worked for me. Actually, I've been doing this for a long time and I didn't even know. And it's actually the difference between people who actually set goals and achieve it and those who don't. So let's begin with the video. Yeah. All right, so this is the difference between someone who uses the quiet eye method and somebody who doesn't. One person shot 30 for 30 free throws. The other one shot 17 for 30. Now, the difference here is not in skill because both basketball players have the same level of experience. The difference is that this person's eye, when they're shooting the basketball, moves in multiple directions. But this person's eye, when he's shooting the basketball, stays in a very finite place. And this is the quiet method. That is a principle that you guys can use to learn any skill, to become more mindful, and above all, to manifest any goals that you have. See, guys, what the quiet eye method is a method of coordination where if you keep looking at the target, because what people don't understand is that when you're trying to manifest things or even trying to learn a new skill, when you're actually practicing, what you'll notice is that your eyes are so unfocused that it looks into multiple directions. So when you shoot the basketball, all of a sudden you miss simply because your eyes are going anywhere. But one of the most remarkable things that they have shown in science is that if you keep your eye from moving in multiple directions as you're shooting the basketball, so that means when you hold the ball, you're looking, when you shoot the ball, you're looking, and then when it goes in, you keep looking. This stabilizes the body and creates a certain level of coordination where you're able to hardwire shooting mechanics the right way and actually learn faster. In other words, you create a certain level of concentration in your brain that accelerates hardwiring, right? So you're not distracted. And what causes you to stop learning or stop manifesting anything is literal distraction from your vision, literal distraction from what you are looking at. And what this shows, the studies have been shown that this literally increases your concentration. And the more you're able to concentrate on something, the deeper it's hardwired. And in the case of manifestation, the deeper you concentrate and the longer you concentrate, the faster things manifest. So this applies in so many areas that it blew my mind. For example, and I'm gonna show you how to use it with manifestation. With meditation, when you meditate, they teach this in Vipassana meditation retreats, where you focus in on a very small area. For example, so the thing about this chart that you see is that people that were actually not focused and missing free throws, they thought they were focusing. They actually thought they were genuinely looking at the rim and not moving their eyes. The ones that were shooting good, they were looking at the rim without moving their eyes. So the thing is that a lot of us think we're focused when you're really not. They think in their minds that they're actually looking at the rim when in reality their minds are looking in multiple different directions. So what they had to do was literally like force themselves to look at the rim, like literally like go out of their way to look at the rim, and their free throw shooting drastically increased. A lot of people think they're focused on their goals. A lot of people think they're focusing on their vision, when in reality they feel doubt, they're afraid, and they're always comparing themselves. That's literally the same thing of looking around and not focusing. The way to do this is to keep watching the video, which I will explain. But I wanted to add that a lot of people think they're focused on that, and when in reality they're not, and that's why they struggle with manifesting. Let's just say this is your nose, right? One of the things that when you're bad at meditating, what you'll notice is that you'll be trying to focus on this, but your attention goes to work, goes to school, similar to what's happening here. So when you meditate and you're trying to focus on this, but your eyes or your third eye goes into multiple directions, the meditation becomes weaker. So one of the things they teach in Vipassana meditation is that bring your attention to a very fine point and stay there. The smaller the point, the deeper the meditation. The smaller the point that you look at when you're shooting the basketball, the higher the likelihood of the ball going in. What they teach this they say increases concentration, which in this case is coordination. To illustrate this point, let me give you guys a video of the researcher who came up with this. Not who came up with it, but the people who are doing studies on this. Watch this.
In this image, a heat map of a free thrower shooting 30 baskets. We showed what they were looking at when they were shooting their baskets. Each of the green dots and the red dots show points where the eyes were fixing at the same point for a period of time. In this player's results, you can see that the green dots are scattered all over the background, the backboard, the rim, and so forth when he's making his shots. In fact, that's the reason why only 17 of the 30 shots were successful. Here now is another heat map from another player who shot 30 out of 30 free throws. He got them all in. Look how tight, centered around the rim, the back part of the rim, all those green and red fixations. Right, and you call that concentration, right? And that's very similar. Anytime you want to do something, the more you get distracted, the more you look around. It's like even learn is that whenever I'm concentrated, I'm literally my field of vision is only in a very small area. Whenever you don't focus, your field of vision expands. Actually, it's the funniest thing. People who are happiest move less and look in one direction more without moving away. People who are anxious, sad, depressed, actually anxious and depressed, they won't move much. Like depressed people don't move that much, but their eyes move around in many different places. Their eyes doesn't stick and look at something. Depressed people might look into the void where they're just looking, but they really aren't looking at something. So that also doesn't count. That's very similar to looking in different directions. We're talking about focus, where you're looking at something, focusing on it, and that literally calms your brain. It calms your mind. The quality of thoughts intensify. The quality of your visions intensify. And then above all, your action has more power, more accuracy in this case. Points are. He had his eyes steady, quiet on a specific point each time he made the shot, and each of those shots went through the rim. His eyes, in fact, were extremely quiet. But how does this work? How is it effective? Why does it make sense? As we showed, and as other researchers have shown, keeping your eyes still on a target is critical for success in sports. In fact, we think that steady fixation on a point triggers your parts of your brain to improve the concentration and improve your fixation, not just with your eyes, but on the task itself, leading to greater.
This fixation is the more you look at your visualization, the more obsessed you become about achieving. This fixation in basketball is the more you look at the basket, the more you're fixated on making it. Like you become obsessed about making it. If you're not obsessed about a certain goal, it's because you're just not looking at it hard enough and long enough.
Success. In fact, this is part one of a two-part series on the quiet eye. In this part, we'll talk about how the quiet eye works, what it is, and why it works. In the second part, we'll talk about how to train it, how you can use that training to perform better in your sport.
We're going to talk about how to train it in this case too.
So stay tuned for the second part of the video coming up. There are other physiological effects that happen as well when you employ the quiet eye. For example, your heart rate tends to decrease when you have a better quiet eye. Additionally, there's better muscle movement, and all of that together adds to more success. So the quiet eye...
In this case, when it comes to manifesting your goals, there's less procrastination, right? So if you're procrastinating and you think like, oh, I want to achieve my goals, but I'm so lazy, it's because you're not looking at your goals hard enough. You're not looking at it with detail. You're not seeing the things that you want. You're not seeing the future that you want to avoid. Procrastination is just a lack of discipline, a lack of focus.
Can not only be helpful in being successful at basketball free throws, for example, or hockey shots, or soccer free kicks. All of those are true, but even it can work to help in times of increased stress. For example, the difference between the bottom of the ninth inning in a World Series baseball game.
This part, right? He's going to show people playing golf and look at how they do it, which is kind of fascinating.
Dots, a blue dot and a green dot, and those are the points where each of the eyes are looking. Now, the eyes are actually looking in the same spot, but they're separated just for ease of understanding the right and left eye. And you can see in the image that there's a golf ball, and there's the shoes of the golfer, and there's the putter. What I want you to watch is what those blue and green dots do the moment the putter strikes the golf ball. As you'll see in the first video, the moment of contact, the eyes quickly follow the ball towards the hole. In the second video, where the same player was actually trained to have...
In basketball, it happens where I'm looking at the rim, I shoot the basketball, but then I stop looking at the rim and I look at the ball go in. What I had to train myself to do, not look at the ball, but keep looking at the rim. So you shoot the ball and you keep looking at the rim, even though you see something moving in your face. It's actually very normal to look at the moving object more than the object that's still. But that's the key to the slow eye method, is that you keep focused on the initial goal, no matter what happens around you.
Have a quiet eye. Notice how when the putter makes contact with the ball and the ball moves, the green and blue dots or the eye fixation points don't move. They stay at the same spot as the putter hit the ball.
And honestly, this is uncomfortable. A lot of people find this uncomfortable because you're so used to looking at moving objects.
It's that concentration of your fixation just prior to, during the time of contact, and most importantly, just after, that gives you that quiet eye effect of increased performance.
So what they try to do in golf is that rather than look at the movement as you're moving, right? No, you look at the putt, look at the thing, and then look at thing, hole. So rather than looking at it while you're moving, before you move, you look. And then once you look, then you see what I mean? Like that leads to more accuracy. In manifestation, we call that what? Harmony. You focus in on the body and on a small bodily sensation. Allow your mind to get focused and relax. Why? Because studies show that when you focus on a small point, your heart rate lowers. Think about it. You're at the free throw line, and there's a bunch of people telling you you can't make it. What do you think happens to your eyes? Your eyes are looking everywhere. You're like, and without noticing, you had very small time of looking at the rim. So not only do you look at the rim less, not only are you looking around in other places a lot more, but also your body is losing coordination. So then you shoot the basketball and maybe it'll come off your left finger. It'll come out wrong. So this is where a lot of people get manifestation wrong, is that they're not coordinated, meaning their thoughts, words, and actions and desires are not in line with the universe. So how do you apply this with manifestation? Well, the quiet eye method works very simple. Know what you want. Keep visualizing what you want. And above all, do it consistently, right? So other ways you could apply this is that when you're trying to achieve your goals and you fail at something goes wrong, you're getting distracted, home, life, relationship issues, it's very natural for you to lose focus of your goal, meaning lose the excitement of achieving your goal and to focus on something else. This is why meditation is so important. It allows you to stay centered. So something happens, you bring awareness to the nose. bring awareness here. And no matter what's happening, keep awareness here. This keeps you coordinated with your goals, your vibration, and the universe. And so no matter what happens, when you feel like you're getting distracted, meaning things don't go your way, bring attention to the body, realign it, and then remember and think about your goal. Use your goals and what you're trying to manifest as a way to deal with your emotions. You feel depressed? Think about achieving your goals. You feel like things are not going well in your life? Imagine things going well. This is how you keep your eye focused. Even before you take action, you think about your goal. Remember, when you shoot the free throw, you look at the rim first, then get ready to shoot the free throw, right? Before you take action, you think about your goal, feel the excitement so that you can have that quiet eye, and then you take action. Once you're done taking action, remember, you keep looking at the rim even when you make the shot. Once you're done taking action, show gratitude, show love and compassion. And this is the method. So the way that you do the concentration is that you keep focusing on one goal, but not just focusing on one goal, but also know how it feels to achieve it. Now, this feeling is a feeling that when you think about your goal, you're gonna feel excited, right? It has to be something that excites you. So you're thinking about it and it excites you. So what does this mean? This means is that synaptic gaps, this is like the synaptic gap in a synapse, right? It releases dopamine, which then makes you take action. Because remember, dopamine is linked to bodily movement. And whenever something excites you, you move on it. So rather than visualizing your goal all the time, which you have to do, feel how it feels. Feel the excitement that comes from visualizing your goal, and then take action. So when it comes to focus, in this case, it will be one moment you feel confident, and then the next moment you feel afraid. Then the next moment you feel anxious, right? You want to keep a consistent state of expectation, a consistent state of confidence. When you are not doing this method correctly, what you'll notice is that your anxieties will cause you to feel different emotions, and these different emotions will cause you to visualize other scenarios. In other words, you stop looking at the bottom of the rim, and now you're looking at everywhere else. You got to keep that same vision and that same excitement that's linked to that vision. And that will keep and maintain your slow eye, not the slow eye, the quiet eye, where you're only focusing on one goal, not just focusing on with your third eye, but focusing on it with with the physical feeling of achieving that goal, right? Not achieving this goal, but remember how it feels to achieve that goal. Keep feeling it, keep thinking it, and whenever you feel doubt or fear, think about that goal so that doubt gets overridden by it, and you just keep focusing on it, and you're literally applying the same scientifically proven way to improve any skill to manifestation. This is still the same quiet method. You're not only focusing on the visual, but also the feeling of that goal. By you continually feeling that desire, continually feeling excited. And then above all, remember how I told you, you not only look at the rim, but once the ball goes into the rim, you also keep looking at it for half a second. Like literally, you don't just make the shot, you make it and keep looking at the rim. People, there's a lot of studies about this. Like I'm gonna post the studies right here. So this, keep looking at it, is very similar to gratitude, where you achieve your goal, but not only are you happy, you think back and say, thank you. In basketball, you call this following through, where you not only make the shot, you don't go like that. You make it and you hold it. And you look at the ball, you look at the rim. This is very similar to following through on your jump shot. I swear to God, this is what I did when I was much younger, right? I didn't have a bunch of random goals that went against each other, right? I had a very finite goal. I laser focused on it. And every time I did something, I was looking at this. I wasn't thinking about this goal. I wasn't thinking about that goal. My goals weren't changing here or here. stay there. And what happens is that this type of harmony creates an intensity, creates a type of focus that a lot of people don't have. And this is why a lot of people try to manifest and don't do it, because they want so many things. Know what you want. Become obsessed with what you want. Think about it every day. Feel how it feels to achieve that goal. Take action, show gratitude, and you apply the quiet method to manifestation. I swear to God, this is, I was looking at this because I play basketball, and this is one of the methods that was used to increase people's free throw shooting. They didn't change their method, their follow through. They didn't change nothing. The only thing they did was literally look at the rim longer before they shot and longer after the shot. And they made sure that they look at a very fine point. There is no way, it doesn't make any sense that if you do this, it doesn't make sense that your goals don't manifest. It just doesn't. Success pretty much becomes inevitable, all right? Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully this video made sense to you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. ¿Hizo sentido eso? Now, if you guys enjoy this type of content, check out my course, Dark Game, or like I like to call it now, the Complete Man. It's a course that I created for guys who have no idea how to get women in their lives. As you guys can see, I have attracted a life that brings women into my life. I do a lot of social events, art events, meditation events, and I don't do that to get women, but what I notice is that it gets women into your life, right? And in this course, I teach you guys how to do this. I teach you, so that means even if you're friend zone, if you're the type of person that lacks assertiveness, if you were raised by a single mom and you didn't know how to get women, well, this is the course for you. It teaches you how to overcome approach anxiety, how to take action, because a lot of the times you watch these videos and you don't know how to take action, how to break patterns, how to build social circle, a pickup artistry course, right? Understanding your dark side, a bunch of things that helps a guy improve their dating life, right? Where we talk about how to find your purpose, female nature, the mindset game, the outer game, right? How to get her number, how to damage control, how to create competition, first date, using vulnerability, online games, social circle game, how to get threesomes. I mean, the whole shebang bang, right? And the beauty about this course is that there's a 30-day money back guarantee. If you don't like it, you could just let me know and get a refund. There's the basic course, which is $99, and then there is the one with the bonuses, like that I just read to you. So just look through the sales letter, and there's actually some free clips that you guys can watch, right? I think so, right? No, there isn't, but yeah, just look at it. Let me know if you what you guys think of it. You just give it a try. If you don't like it, I will give you your money back. I've always given people refunds. So yeah, man. Hopefully, I can see you guys inside, and let's get back to the video.